to remember all the cool parts it gets to. Which there's no gradual slider. There we go. A little farther down. Alright, we can leave that playing for a little bit. Hello, everybody! Welcome back to our weekly live streamed Shadowrun 5th Edition Adventures. We stream our sessions live on twitch.tv beginning at 9:30 p.m. Central Time every Sunday evening. Afterwards, you can find it uploaded to my YouTube page as well as a written write-up on my blog, both of which you can find links to on my profile. I am Eric Watson, your game master, and this is my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Gorbash722. You can also follow me on Twitter at Rogue Watson. Let's go ahead and shut that off. Joining me, as always, are our regular cast of Shadowrunners. Chris playing Ursiv the Troll Shaman.
Hello. What's happening?
Heather playing Mauta, the Human Street Samurai.
Hello.
Raymond playing Saren Amos, the Human Decker.
Hello.
And Reese playing Falkirk, the Elf Adept.
Hello.
For our campaign, we are using Roll20.net. For video sharing, we are using Google Hangouts. For broadcasting and streaming, I use Open Broadcaster software. And most of our musical accompaniments are by Perturbator. As a friendly reminder, I'm still new at GMing Shadowrun and tabletop role-playing in general. And I am more interested in telling stories and having fun than caring too much about rules. Although hopefully we will learn more about the rules and the world as we go along. This will definitely be a learning experience, especially this first adventure. Alright, previously on Not With a Whimper. If I was like a professional, I'd have cool drops for all that stuff. You'll just have to deal with that.
Voiceover with
I
it
have dealt with it.
I get what you pay for.
for years, and now I've had it.
I have to live with it.
Our runners, having previously never met, coincidentally found themselves at Red's Bar and Grill, hoping to find some work or meet some contacts in the underground world of Shadowrunning. Before they could do anything, a bomb went off, destroying half the bar and causing many injuries and deaths. They managed to help save the life of an orc named Jeremiah Red, who claimed to be the owner of the bar. His dock wagon contract activated, and a response unit showed up to take him to the nearest hospital. He invited the runners to join him for some free health care on him as a reward, as well as offer them a job. On the way, however, the dock wagon medics turned out to be hostile and attacked Red, and once again the runners stepped in to help him, eventually defeating the foes, taking control of the vehicle and bringing it to a stop, and that is where we leave off.
So the free healthcare, those are the medkits we stole, right?
Presumably...
Because Chris, Ursa, healed all of us, I think.
Yes, I did.
So, we received no healthcare.
Well, yeah, presumably, I mean, obviously they didn't know it was, those guys were not real medics. So, yeah, they were hoping you guys would be driven to the hospital and given free healthcare. Obviously, that did not pander out. You got the opposite of healthcare, in fact. You got knives and shotguns, which is, that is just not what you expect in an ambulance. Alright, so let's move, I guess we can move back to the inner part of the there we go, it should be back to the inner part of the Endurance. So you guys have, there's 2 dead bodies in here. The vehicle is now stopped, you are still inside of it. You can see, I think Reese is in the front still with the
Waving my knife at him.
with your knife at him, yeah. You can see generally in front of you, it is dusk, by the way. It was kind of early evening-ish. Back at the bar, it's definitely getting to be that kind of twilight hour. So things are getting darker. Do you have any kind of Seattle street knowledge or anything to help you get your bearings? Okay. You can tell it's it looks like a really shitty neighborhood outside, actually. It looks like you guys have peeled off from any kind of main roads, and the car is kind of half plowed into just a bunch of like trash and garbage on the side of the street, and that's how it kind of just came to a stop. It's like just tires are all like sunk in the front, and there's all this like refuse and dumpster shit everywhere, so It's kind of a nasty street y'all are
Garbage.
on.
Is there anything I can't do?
Exactly. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, I seem to have a shotgun from our dead gentleman over there. I guess this guy's still alive, isn't he?
He is. He is looking.
Oh.
Well, I guess he probably actually still has his gas mask on, so you don't know what he's looking like.
Is there any way we can question him?
Are you asking your god? Who?
What do you think, Rusev?
Speaks above us.
My suggestion would be,
Take off his mask.
what I would say is that one of us, whoever here can drive, get in the driver's seat of this thing and take us somewhere that is not here. And in the meanwhile, we put this dude in the back and we interrogate him in the back, find out what he knows.
I actually have a drive skill,
Do
I
you?
think. Yeah, drive like level 1 or something.
All right, Ursa turns to Mauta and says, "Madam, perhaps you might drive us to the nearest hospital, if you know where that is.
We'll
And
figure it
perhaps
out.
we might have a discussion with this gentleman in the back in the meantime."
Excellent.
You hear a just a sudden loud banging on the back of the door.
Outside?
Yes. So most of you are still in the back of the ambulance part. There are actually no windows back here. You just hear banging on the outside of the door.
Mr. Red, any ideas?
Yeah, is he awake and...
He's there. He says, "Oh shit, who ordered the pizza?"
So he's no help at all.
Thanks, Mr. Red.
He says, "It could be one of the gangers. Yeah, friend or foe's hard to tell now, but I left Susie back at the bar. She might know something."
I yell, "Who's there?"
Yeah, sure.
The
Who is it?
banging, there's another like swift bunch of bangs. You don't hear a response yet.
All right, Ursev sits himself down, cross-legged in the corner, closes his eyes, and casts clairvoyance. Which...
Okay.
How do I do that again?
Yes.
So the way clairvoyance works is you cast it, you pick the diameter of the area you can see is the what is it? Shit, I had it written down somewhere.
While Ursuf is falling asleep, I pull my gun out and slowly open.
Range
ready.
equals force times magic. Yeah, force times magic.
Because I have no idea what Ursuf is doing.
In
Like,
meters.
Went to sleep.
Okay. So Saren is readying her weapon.
I'm running mine as well, too.
So I'm doing a force of 5 just because that's more than I need, I think. Did that roll? I don't think it did.
I don't see anything.
That's right. The actual spells don't work.
You
for
have
me
to use
anymore.
this skill. Yeah, I don't know why
Spellcasting,
the spell
yeah.
one doesn't work on the character sheet. Just use spell casting for all that.
My knife remains pointed at this masked
Okay,
dude.
and you've still got
So 3 hits.
So what-
Actually, I don't know what the hits do on it. Because the range...
I don't know what this spell does.
Well, I can tell you what it does. I just don't know how the hits work exactly. What it does is...
Maybe it reveals a certain
Yeah,
amount of
yeah, you
information.
But what it is, you can put yourself in any spot within the diameter of the range, and you can see as if you're standing there.
So you're kind of like astrally
and-
projecting yourself.
Exactly, but you're not. You're just seeing that area as if you were standing there. It's not an astral projection. It's just you're seeing that space. And as a complex action, you can move that point to anywhere else that you can see from the point that your thing is at.
Okay.
So you can move that point to anywhere else inside the diameter as a complex action for like if you're doing it in combat. I assume out of combat you can just sort of walk around or whatever.
Okay.
Um,
And you can choose where you want to put that, or you're just trying
yeah,
to put that like right outside the door or something.
exactly. Yeah, I'm putting it right outside the door of the truck.
Write down the description. I don't think I did.
So I don't know how you want to do this because I can see it but nobody else can.
Right. Yeah. I wish I could show you the thing, but it would show everybody else. I guess I could do it, but
PowerPoint's
let's see where my notes are.
Thanks for the
Presumably-
picture.
Yeah.
Presumably not.
That's what I should have make a handout of the map, I guess, but well, let's see. How do I whisper you?
Oh, okay. The hits are the amount of detail you can see. 1 is only general knowledge, no details. 2 is major details, only no minor details. 3 is major and minor details,
I cannot type.
with some minor details obscured. And 4 is detailed, like normal vision.
Do you see that? Chat.
Yes, I do.
I don't, but that's the point.
I can turn around and take a look.
That's alright. I'm just gonna type this. I think it's a cool thing that he's meditating, so none of y'all know what else, and I can let him
Yeah.
relay it if he wants.
You typing something to me?
Yes. Sorry. Give me a second.
Okay. Sure.
You know what? I'll have some music playing too.
Yeah, I'm going to say I'm ground this to a halt really quickly.
I know, I should just open the door.
He wants to like bust out. Ah!
Then all of our heads explode.
Yeah.
So I'll read it to you. The subject can
It's
see
gonna end
distant
badly.
scenes as if physically present at a chosen point within the sensory range of the spell. The visual point may be moved to any other point within range of the spell as a complex action. The subject can't use normal vision or astral perception while using clairvoyance. The spell does not translate sound, only vision, and it doesn't work with augmented vision. You can't target spells through clairvoyance.
How? Yeah, that'd be super powerful. How detailed can you get? Can you like see as if you were standing there, or is it like gray, like blurry images or something?
Major and minor details with some minor details obscured or missing is what 3 hits means.
Okay,
4 and above is normal
that's true.
vision.
3 hits is a pretty good damn roll.
So 3 hits gives you like a general sense. You said.
3 hits is, yeah, major and minor details with only some minor details obscured or missing. So,
Okay.
like, I think a 3 would be like, I may not be able to read, like, their name tags or, something like that would be obscured. 4 and above is just normal vision, just like as if I was standing there.
Know their brand of clothes.
Right.
Did write these down somewhere, didn't I?
Mm.
Maybe I did it in roll 20.
Wonder how easy this guy is getting up in the front of the cab.
Are you still up there with your knife on him?
Yeah.
What do you roll again for, drain? I forget.
Oh yeah, whatever your force was, and then it should be whatever the. Or you're trying to resist it.
Yeah. I forget what it is.
It is yours
Whoops,
charisma plus willpower.
Oh, that was terrible. So I do take 1 stun damage? Is that how that works, son?
If it was 3 damage you were trying to resist, yeah.
Yeah.
What's happening? You're hurting yourself?
Oh, I'm sorry. It was only 2 damage I was trying to resist because it's force minus 3.
Of course it was.
Yeah.
So when you take a stun damage from that, when does that go away?
I think when you like sleep
Yeah, when you rest.
or Okay. Ursev is sitting there, cross-legged, eyes closed, and he's speaking loudly enough for everyone to hear him, but he's not speaking in like he's speaking to anyone. He's just sort of talking into the air. It says, 2 figures, 1 troll, 1 human woman. Armed, dangerous. I see guns. They are gang members. Halloweeners. Which sounds dumb.
So, I'll step in for a second because this is something that's all of you would know in the Shadowrun world. There is a semi-famous gang called the Halloweeners, and they are people that dress up like
Like wiener dogs?
they paint themselves up like they're going trick or treating or to like a goth concert or something, like paint face and like just all kinds of ornamentations and stuff. And they're generally assholes. They roam around like beating people, just generic like thug stuff. So you would recognize anybody that's dressed up with that kind of like face paint as a Halloweener.
Alright. Ursa comes out of it, pulls himself back. I would not suggest opening that door. I believe we should try to drive away from this place as quickly as possible.
I second that.
That's my cue to go for the driver's seat.
Okay, so
Yeah,
who's pulling
roll
the
for
dude
driving.
from the back or into the back?
Yeah, what's
Some
everybody's
reese-
Yeah, I mean,
so is Malta moving
Yeah,
into the
yeah.
driver's seat?
Yep. He says cranky man.
all right, buddy. Let's get in the back. Let's have a nice little chat.
Okay, you lead him to the back, step over the bodies, get bloody footprints everywhere.
Let that be a reminder.
Yeah, put him right next to the bodies.
So do I have to like roll to start the car, or just take off?
While you sit in the driver's seat, let's do. The banging has stopped.
That's never a good
Plus
sign.
strength is 7 plus 8. Ooh, yeah. You suddenly see the back of the car door just wrenches open
Oh,
as the
Jesus.
troll has just completely pulled it up. I rolled 8 successes. That dude fucking just wrenched the door open, and now you guys
Alright.
see this scenario.
Oh dear.
All right,
So-
we're still 4 against 3.
It's dusk, but you can clearly kind of see just by the dim lampposts around the figures that you've seen. While you guys were in here doing that, they've kind of been moving up. You see the troll is right here by the. I tried to kind of approximate where the car would be, and I guess where y'all would be. So let's say the car is. The front of it is kind of facing into the. Let's see, what would it make sense? I guess the front is here, and so the rear, he's probably like. Well, shit! I want to move the car. No, I have to move the car. Crap. How do I send the car to the... Oh, there we go. Send it to the map layer. There we go. That puts it in the background. Okay. So he's actually probably right here.
Oh, man.
So I'm going to put Heather up here by the driver's seat. Put Raymond here. Actually, I'd say it's the driver's seat. And then you guys are kind of back. There's not enough really room to move, but that's kind of a general approximation. Alright, and I'm going to need everybody to roll for initiative. And make
Boy, oh
sure
boy.
you select your token and roll the initiative. With the turn order open, it should be filling in there.
That
20.
was terrible.
That was poor.
You don't get to go 3 times.
Alright, so I'm not going to keep track of.
Yeah, might as well be you guys.
Plebeians.
Rude. Alright, let's mark you as red. Still getting to try to get used to how to do the whole minion thing. This is you're blue.
That's not a bad way. Just color code them.
Yeah, and come on.
I'm still hoping we can drive away from the scenario.
All right.
I don't know.
I can't. Oh, shit. How do I get rid of this? There. You're green. Okay. So red, you're gonna roll initiative.
And a big fucking like Joker face lizard man. What is that?
Joker face lizard man.
You know what he looks like? He looks like the Goombas from the Super Mario movie.
Yes, it does. Okay, it doesn't show. Oh yeah, it does. If I highlight, okay, so it does show who is who. All right, so you roll.
So there's immediately hostile.
Wow, they're gang members. I assume they're here for a booty.
Right now they are.
Ripped open the door.
They had to
Alright.
rip open the door. Nobody responded to the knocking.
Nobody opened the door for them.
Nobody opened the
Well,
door.
to be fair, Raymond did ask who was there, and they just didn't.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't respond to our
Yeah.
questioning.
This is on them.
Yeah.
Sure.
members.
Blame the freaky painted up gang members. And oops. I'll tell you to go last. Okay. I think I got it.
The person who we're trying to get to drive the vehicle.
Right. So we're gonna get at least one round.
Yeah, that's about right.
Crap. Alright.
Gonna watch everything unfold.
While you're trying to start the car.
So, before this unfolds, I've got a few notes about combat because our previous combat was a pretty cramped. There wasn't a whole lot of like moving or range or anything like that. I did house rule some stuff to make it easy for me, and because we are using a like virtual tabletop board, which the Shadowrun rules don't take into effect. You're actually like using pieces on a board. You know, everything's like in meters, whereas I want to use like grid spaces.
Right.
So we can go over those real quick, mainly like movement, range, and I can discuss how cover works. I don't think we've used cover before. So the way
Since we
we're
are using the grid system. Sorry, go ahead.
no, you can ask.
Since we are using the grid system, do we have a like grid squares are a certain number of meters? All the like effects and stuff have to do with meters, but
That's
in
true.
terms
We
of
need
where
to.
we're
We'll
at-
need to translate those. I'm probably we're just gonna have to hand wave it at the time and just see.
Okay.
More than likely, like I said like for a short range of 0 to 5 meters is within 3 squares. So whatever math that works out for you. All right. So the way movement is going to work. For a free action, at any time, you guys can just walk with no penalty and move 1 square. And during your pass, you can always take a free action in addition to your 2 simple actions or complex action. So anytime, you can just move 1 square during your initiative round. If you want to run, that's also a free action, so you can do that for free. And you can move 2 squares, but you take a -2 to all actions that you would do during that same pass. So if you want to try to run and shoot, you would take a -2 penalty, but you can move 2 squares. And then you can sprint, which takes up a complex action, so that's all you're doing that initiative pass. And that actually uses the running skill, which I know is confusing because there's a running and there's a sprinting, and it's sprinting that uses the running skill. But you would roll your running skill, and then all your net hits let you move an additional square above the 2 that you would be able to do for running. Does that make sense to everybody? So you can move 1 square for free. You can choose to move 2 squares for a -2 penalty that turn, or you can take your whole turn to roll your run skill, and then add those net hits to your 2 run spaces, and that's how far you can move. Okay?
Okay.
That's how movement is going to work. For
Sure.
range modifiers, I kind of just went through that chart, and it just kind of depends on what guns you're using. Like pistols, basically if you're within 3 squares of your opponent, you take 0 penalty for range. 4 to 6 squares away, you'll take a -1 penalty, and anything more than 7 squares away, you'll take a -3 penalty. For SMGs or shotguns, anything within 5 squares is a 0 penalty, and then 6 squares away is a -1 penalty. Assault rifles or light machine guns, anything within 6 squares is 0 penalty. Sniper rifles have no range penalties, and I think those are all my notes for that. So that'll just kind of come into
What about
play, but...
diagonals?
Sorry?
What about diagonals? How does that work?
Just same thing. We'll just count them as the same number of squares. You can still shoot diagonally if you need to. Movement-wise, same thing. You can move. You can move diagonally. There's the same distance. I mean, I don't see a reason to hinder that at all. There is
Right.
some recoil rules. They get a little more advanced. Basically, it's only going to come into play. The way I'll do it is if you guys just want to burst fire. It's a whole math equation. Literally, it's like 1 plus strength divided by 3 plus the recoil compensation of the gun minus bullets fired. And apparently, if that number is a negative number, then that's your negative dice pool whenever you do your burst fire. And what's that supposed to do is be cumulative over however many times you shoot until you finally spend a round not shooting, because it's designed to not let you sit there and burst forever. But that's only going to come into play if you guys are doing burst fire stuff. So I don't know how much I'll adhere to that too closely. Like I said, only if you guys are really like burst firing, like back to back or something, am I going to care.
I don't even know what the benefit of burst firing versus single shot is.
I believe it gives a negative defense pool to the opponent to try and dodge the bullets coming at them.
Oh, okay.
I believe depending on how many
Gotcha.
shots that are coming at them, they take a minus defense pool. And a note about cover, you can take cover as a simple action, which there obviously has to be cover near you. And again, because we're using a visual tabletop, you're going to have to use like actual cover on the board. If it's
Right.
good cover, if you can hide more than 50% of your body, you get a +4 to your defense pool. And if it's partial cover, if it's anywhere between like 25 and 50% of your body, you get a +2 to your defense pool. And there are rules for enemies actually shooting through the barriers if they want to just try to like fire through whatever the hell you're and like make a hole through the penetration, because
Okay.
most bullets in this world are can be armor piercing. And then all the structures.
So
have to
does
roll
the
defense.
mask not get a turn?
Oh, you're right.
Hmm?
Thank you. That's me
You're
paying
welcome.
attention. Thank you.
Yep.
Mask guy. He's aware of what's going on.
Perfect.
Oh shit! Thanks, Reese.
No problem,
So-
guys.
Does Red get a turn then, or is he still like despondent in the corner or whatever?
Red was worthless last.
Yeah.
That was worthless.
He's
He's still damaged.
yeah, he's still pretty damaged. Yeah, he's pretty shell shocked. So I'm actually not gonna give him an initiative for these rounds. So just consider him like he kind of backs up into the corner, and you can tell like he wants to fight, but he's just like wincing really bad, and like literally his arm is still like broken and kind of useless.
Is that needle still usable?
Which needle?
The one that I knocked out of Red.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah. That's a memory on you, son. That was a week ago.
Yeah, that's pretty good. The details. You can try to spend a turn searching for it.
Nah.
I'd be happier with the turn.
Yeah. I'd like to try to impersonate a Halloweener, please.
I need to quit and rejoin real quick.
Impersonate. Okay. So that means using the impersonation skill, I guess.
Don't you need like makeup or something for that?
It's gonna be a pretty bad penalty if they notice you're not painted up.
No.
I mean, you can use all kinds of social skills if you want. Let's see, where do they have social skills?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I'll just tell you
try to
right now,
engage with
if
them.
you don't have the actual like painted up look, it's gonna be pretty tricky to pass off as a gang member. But that would be a pretty epic roll.
Just stand in the back where they can't see you and yell out.
Yeah.
Hello, my
The Wizard of Oz.
friends. Yeah.
Alright, I try to negotiate.
Negotiation.
So what are we looking at in terms of like what do we see when in terms of who's out there? Like what is that troll armed with?
Okay. You see the large troll. Yeah, sorry, I typed it all to you. I forgot to actually do this in a in a conversation. See, is Raymond back? Okay. Yeah, so you see this large troll. He's got the painted face. It's kind of orange, and it makes it look like a freaky like jack-o'-lantern. He's wearing an armored jacket, and he's kind of brandishing a knife. Or no, he's not, because he just ripped off the ambulance door, so he's not doing that. He's got a bandolier of knives, throwing knives across his chest.
Oh boy.
And he just ripped off the ambulance door, so he was not able to actually equip any of them this time. Over here, nearby, and kind of covering the door, I made them all the same picture. Just you can picture them as whatever kind of just generic Halloweeners and various like costumed get-ups. I believe this one is. Oh yeah, they're all just wielding pistols. She's got a pistol drawn, aimed at the car, and these two have just kind of jogged up here. And as soon as he ripped off the door and seen what you guys are inside, they all kind of have readied their weapons and are approaching and kind of looking to this one for the next move. Which, seeing as how he just ripped off the door, that's kind of their cue to get ready. And yeah, like I said, it's all dusk around, and it looks like a pretty just shitty part of town. All the cars are like dilapidated, the buildings are completely abandoned, and the car itself is kind of semi-stuck in like a huge pile of just garbage and trash that it just kind of coasted into whenever it shut down.
So it might be hard to extricate.
Might be. Especially in the middle of this.
Alright.
And just so I know, the door is like, well, I can't really. The door is right here, right? Can you see my arrow?
I can, yes.
Is it like covered like these three squares, or how wide is
Well,
this door?
let's see, what did I say the front was? The front was like here is where like all the garbage and shit is, so the door is probably like here. It's kind of angled.
Okay, I see.
In fact, I might be able to see if I can angle this thing. Hey, I can. Or no, I can't. Wait. Let me go. There we go.
Okay, and so this
Okay.
square here. Is
Yeah,
the door?
yes, that square is the door. So
Okay.
we'll make that as the actual transition of getting in and out of the car. So obviously he's not in the car, but he is within like arm's reach of it right there, and then she is kind of behind this car with her gun drawn right into the car.
Okay.
So that is your situation.
Am I at the corner? Like, I'm right there exposed at the door, right?
Yeah, and you actually had your gun drawn and ready and facing outside of the vehicle already, I presume.
Yes.
I actually was not.
No, you were off in Astral Land.
Sitting down and sleeping.
I said that I went to the corner and was in my.
It's all
Okay,
good.
so we're just trying to negotiate.
I rolled my negotiation die.
Okay, so negotiate with me.
What'd you roll?
Yeah, you did.
Alright, look. Mr. Large, very strong troll man. We just had a really awful ambulance ride. It's been a really bad, I guess, few minutes for us. Now, I'm sure we've got something you want, and I'm sure we don't really want any trouble. So is there any sort of deal we could work out?
The
Is he
troll,
talking to the masked man or the troll?
I'm talking to the troll.
Okay.
The one who ripped the door off.
The
yeah.
masked guy has a knife to his back, or pointed at his back.
Yeah. This is almost like a hostage negotiation, except the guy you've got doesn't want anything to do with the people that you're trying to save, basically.
The troll grins, which is really freaky because he's got like pointed teeth and he's got all the face paint like Joker style, so it looks really weird. He kind of turns to you after he's briefly surveyed the situation and been kind of surprised about what he's seen inside, and he says, "Hey there, that looks like a Docmobile, but you don't look like Doc Wagon. Who the hell are you people?"
You're definitely not Doc Wagon. Doc Wagon guys are jerks. Let me tell you.
You want
There used to
one?
be 3 of them. 2 of them are dead after trying to attack us.
So, since you rolled negotiation, were you just trying to like say, "Hey, what do you want?" or something, or like what was your actual pitch?
Yeah. Like, what do you guys want?
He says, "How about we take this nice fancy car you got here, and you guys can get the hell out of our block with your lives."
Can we take this fine gentleman with us?
The troll peers. He kind of peers like he was like weirded out that you would even ask him, and he just turns back to you immediately after he kind of surveys all the people inside. He says, "Just give us the car and get out of here. You all can leave."
That sounds pretty good to me, guys. What do you guys think?
No, we're in the middle of nowhere. Look at
That's
these
true.
rooms. We're gonna get mugged.
I'm sure Red has some contacts.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, ask Red about actual. Well, yeah, I guess we do have. I don't know.
Red, can you get us out of here if we don't have the car?
Red slowly looks to you and looks to the troll and looks to you, and he says, and he just kind of winces some more, and he's like, that sounds like a damn fine deal. Let's get the fuck out of here. I'm in no shape to fight these fucking Halloweeners off.
I guess I'll take that as a yes.
Yeah, can you like call his chick, his lady friend, or the real Doc Wagons? I suppose.
Yeah, he says, my comm link was damaged, but I can use one of y'all's and give him a call and get some backup here, but we gotta get away from these guys.
Alright,
Or
let's do
take
that.
them out.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
He kind of looks at, he gives you a side eye and he says, "This is a nice car though. Not everybody gets access to a Doc Wagon GMC fucking Endurance. If you think you can take these guys."
So he's trying to tell us we need the car without telling us we need the car.
Or that it's worth something. I mean,
Yeah.
You would know this car is worth tens of thousands of dollars.
Are we
But
just gonna give it up to some
that it's also probably registered to Doc Wagon, so you would have to go to like the GTA equivalent of a pay and spray to like erase.
Right. So, in our estimation, then these mercenary dudes murdered some Doc Wagon folks, or at least hijacked Doc Wagon vehicle, and we're in an official vehicle that has been just appropriated, right?
Yeah. That's what I would think.
Although
Well,
he
then-
did rip off the back door, and he just depreciated the value of his car.
Are you guys all having this conversation telepathically, or how's this going down? We're all in astral space right now.
Well, I mean, Reese. I mean, if we're moving off what is actually happening without talking to each other, and Reese just agreed to it, and so did Red, sort of. So.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. The troll steps back, still with a really creepy, hideous smile on his face. Kind of turns around and gives some motions to his group. They all keep their guns trained, but they're not like this. They're like half You know, where they could like pop them up, but they're not necessarily like just straight at you. And hasn't gone his knives out at all. He actually steps back this direction and has an arm kind of out, as if he's like welcoming you to the outside of the vehicle, and he kind of points down the block in this direction.
Okay, I'll get out with my knife trained on the guy in the mask.
I get out with my gun still up too. Oh wait, are we taking turns?
You get out with your gun still up?
Huh?
At least in his hand.
It's in my hand.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't holster it. But are we taking turns?
No, you guys can start shuffling out. Combat will be temporarily suspended at this point. So you guys just start walking that way, and you're going to leave the car, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Guess I'll drag Red out with me.
Okay, yeah. You give him your
remember
you
the
give him your
gun.
arm, yeah, and he takes it, and he's kind of stumbling and wincing, but he's getting out of there.
Hey, someone look for that needle before we go.
You hear a crunch
Okay.
as you're leaving, and you look down, and beneath Red's boot has been the needle of liquid and the syringe.
I take my free action and pop him upside the head.
You're already carrying him, so yeah. He just kind of
Yeah.
shakes his head and just looks like he's gonna pass out any minute now. All right, so I'll stop the battle music. So you guys just start walking down the street as it's turned dark, and you notice that.
Yeah, can I? Well, sorry.
Hold on, I'm still hacked into this car.
Oh dear.
Alright, I still got my marks on it.
You still have marks on it, yeah. You could like operate the CD player and stuff. I kind of screwed up last time because technically it doesn't have a rigger control, and you're not a rigger, so you actually wouldn't have been able to drive it. You could have still, I think, like severed the driver's connection to it. But that's fine. So anyway, he directs this person to go inside, and you see that they kind of just stop. I think like one of them is like watching you down the street, and then this guy is kind of watching you and the car, but mostly they're paying attention to the car at this point as you guys walk down the block. So just pretend that you guys have made it like a block down the street now, and they're kind of like barely in the distance, barely visible.
Okay.
In fact, I can just... Actually, I'll turn it off.
So I guess we're just going
Hey,
to
it
keep
does talk.
walking until Red's backup arrives.
Yeah, so you...
Whoever it is that Red was calling.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so one of you like hands him your comm link, and he gets on it at first, and then all of a sudden you just hear this this squealing tires car coming. I'm gonna have to move it since you guys did it this way. Oops. And you see the female orc from the bar that was originally helping Red pull up in this giant red like armored truck with a mounted machine gun on top,
Nice.
and she like squeals right up there and pops out. There's like one or two other guys in the vehicle, and she comes running up to where Red and Malta are and says, Red, thank God. I was so worried. About 15, 20 minutes after you left, another Doc Wagon crew showed up, and they were wondering, where the hell were you? And then I was asking, who the hell were those other guys? And then I freaked out and left the bar and came to find you. Red just kind of coughs and says, I know, love, it's been a fucking hell of a night so far. Thanks to these blokes for pulling my ass out of the fire 3 goddamn times now.
Yeah, we made a
Fucking,
new friend.
fucking medics are trying to kill me. One of these fuckers, and he kind of like staggers towards this guy, but then just like a rack of pain hits him, and he just kind of falls down, and she immediately like grabs him and picks him up. Do you guys want to jump in?
Well, now that we have some semblance of protection, might I suggest that this would be an opportune moment to question our new friend?
Yeah, you guys can like get in the cars, like all got like an inner van area. So let's just pretend you guys are in there and
Okay.
it's all safe and sound. Have you guys bound this guy at all, or is he still just at like knife
I
point?
guess he's still free.
Okay.
We haven't. I don't think we got time to do that.
Yeah, you just had a knife at him the whole time.
Okay. Yeah. So if your attention's been trained on him completely, then he hasn't really tried anything.
Should we bound him now? We should probably bound him now. Oh, we have an opportunity, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Probably a good.
Anybody
idea.
have like handcuffs or anything on him?
I have containment manacles.
What?
Nice. Somebody's
Alright.
ahead.
Have we talked to this guy?
We haven't.
We
Not
didn't say
yet.
anything.
Should we throw some
Alright.
containment manacles onto him?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slap
So
him
he
on
is-
and bind his hands.
All right.
Yeah.
So Ursa steps up to him and just very gently lifts the mask off of him. Says,
Gently.
"Now we may speak, brother."
Okay. As soon as you do that, he's got you just see like this kind of average guy, little pockmarked face. He's got some greasy black hair. He leans back and just spits a nice big loogie right in your face as soon as you lift that gas mask off.
Oh man, that was really gross. Glad it wasn't me.
Ursa stands up and tries very hard not to let the bear rage take hold of him.
The bear rage. From being spit in the face, he enters into a berserker rage.
It just flashes across his face briefly, like
Yeah. A spasm of insanity.
he very slowly wipes it off. He looks to I look to one of the people who have more charisma than I do, or more social skills, to actually talk to the guy.
I take my gun and I put it in this guy's forehead. And
Start.
Things have escalated.
I use my intimidation and ask him why I shouldn't kill him right now.
Roll intimidation.
Do I get any modifiers? You know, because he's on the ground.
I think gun to the head is a modifier in the book. I don't remember what the number is, but
Can you give me a modifier?
Let's see, is there a social? There we go. You can do a. So you're not like pistol whipping him, right? You're just like threatening him with the gun pressed to his head.
Yeah.
Okay, you get a plus 2.
Good thing you got that +2.
I know my intimidation's not very good.
oh jeez, 1? How is it a
Wait.
1? That's
Because
not
I don't-
right.
I don't have much charisma.
Oh, geez.
What is your
You
charisma?
put
0?
1 point?
Do you have a 0 charisma?
It should roll your charisma plus your intimidation plus the 2.
Yeah. That's
By
not
the way, he got 2 successes out of 3 dice though. That's pretty awesome.
That is good. That is really
Yeah.
good.
Like,
That's not the right roll, though.
that's
It
not
is,
so
I use-
cool.
I
It's
use
your
my
skill-
intimidation.
It's
Just
your
add it
skill
to the rest
plus your
of the-
charisma.
Hang on, let me look at your damn character sheet. Intimidation. Oh, you don't have the intimidation skill. Is that what you're saying? So you're defaulting on it?
I'm using default, whatever. Yeah.
Okay. So what default means is you can technically default means you can use a skill, but you get a -1 and you just get to roll your attribute. So literally his charisma's a 2, so by defaulting he does roll 1 dice. So you actually don't even have the intimidation skill, so you don't even know how to intimidate. So you just press the gun to his forehead, and let's say you just like scream at him.
And you slobber. Just,
But it gives Why does it give me a 1 then? Like, there are some skills that I have a 0. But
Because
I used
you're
Chummer. Chummer said it was a 1.
because you're doing it's -1 for trying it,
Mhm.
plus your 2 charisma equals 1,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get your +2 for the actual thing. So yeah, you got 2 successes. That is the right roll.
Yes.
So whatever 2 successes is, you did it.
You know what my negative qualities are? You remember those, right?
Yes.
Would the one that I have be helpful? in a
Oh, you said -1 because I don't know it?
The distinctive or
Charisma is
the,
2, -1
how would it help?
Is 1.
gives me a 1.
Yeah.
Because,
But then I got the +2 modifier.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, because I was using Chummer, and there are some things
I don't
that
think I
are
would use
a
it use it as a
0.
positive thing. It's supposed to be a negative quality.
but
There are some things on Chummer that's a 0, so I don't have that on at all.
Right. Oh, okay. Well, you can
Uh,
still
my-
try it.
does
Just
that come into play though? Like in that
For this character, probably not.
Okay.
All right, so he gets to roll, and he's actually not wounded at all. So, because you guys just took him immediately, he rolls 6 dice. Can I actually do that as an NPC? I can.
With.
Roll 6.
Charisma plus willpower.
that was it. I don't know why you even tried that, Raymond.
He doesn't even have the skill. The dude just starts like snorting and laughing at you, or like smirking, just like, like get that fucking gun out of my face.
All right.
Perhaps someone with a bit more social skills.
So I walk up to him. I sort of, lower Samus's gun.
I shoot the guy in the knee.
What are you doing?
Wait, what do you do?
Do that.
Raymond, you're getting really close to us just turning on you at this point.
So, Raymond's the loose cannon.
I will have my gun
I
lowered.
grab Raymond by the arm and just like swing him around so he's not looking at things anymore.
You wanted to shoot him in the knee?
If you try, I will stop you.
I think Falkirk's already like moving up to like stop you and like put your hand down.
Fine. I will let y'all commence.
He's the Wolverine of the group.
Kill first, ask
As-
questions later.
As earnest
It's
as
me.
my friend is, he's not very patient. Let me tell you something.
Won't die from a knee wound.
Quiet!
Now I just imagine as Falkirk is talking to him, Saren is like standing in the back, like saying all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like what? Die from a knee wound?
Have we discussed that cons for like bluff?
Bluff is con, is the con skill, yeah.
Okay. So, here's the deal.
Any kind of like
Obviously-
deceptive talk, yeah.
Yeah, obviously, we have you dead to rights. What's going to happen is we're going to start asking the questions. If you don't answer them, my troll friend here is just going to slowly rip your arms off. And if you still don't talk,
Now see, you're intimidating. That's intimidation.
it is.
Not necessarily. That's a promise. There's a difference.
But if you were choosing an RPG, that is definitely the aggressive, threatening response.
It's also a lie because I'm not going to do that. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's intimidation. You're telling him you're gonna rip his arms off.
Well, this guy shoot at you in the kneecaps.
So what's funny is you guys are so like non-aggressive when it comes to the the fucking gang guys outside when to talk them down. When it
Yeah.
comes to the prisoner, you guys are just wanting to fucking beat the shit out of him and like blow his knees off and threaten him. Like holy shit.
We need to know why. We need to know why they stole the dock wagon.
All right, I'll negotiate with him again. All right, we won't, do anything bad to you. Just tell us what you know. We can work out a deal here.
We'll let you go.
I didn't say that. Can you use a modifier or is it just regular?
Rolling for a con.
Negotiation.
Negotiation. I would say character is ace in the hole. There's a lot of these weird characters. Romantic attraction to character.
Does he have a romantic attraction towards
No, sadly. No modifier. I'll just call that a 0.
Alright.
Oof,
Good enough.
that's pretty good.
Amen.
Go, Reese, go.
But pretty
So
much
that
after all this
was
other bullshit, like
negotiation.
people putting guns at him, people trying to kneecap him, like a sane voice is all it took.
It's a good cop, bad cop scenario.
Exactly.
We're all the bad cops.
And I tried, I'm just not very good at it.
Is it negotiation? Is it opposed, or is it always charisma and willpower? Either way, he's not going to get 5 successes, but I can try anyway.
Just call it success, yeah. We don't need a roll for him.
Don't
Okay.
know. Okay, he took it.
Oh wait, my bad. I did quick. No, he rolled 1 success. I hit the. I rolled the.
Okay.
I have a hidden button. I did. So yeah, he rolled 1 success.
It sounded like Reese just said something, and you just said,
No,
okay.
sorry. I just rolled it. He rolled 4, 5, 2, 2, 4, 2. So he only got 1 success. I have 2 macros set up. One for quick roll and one for quick roll hidden. I hit the hidden one accidentally. Okay, so what were you asking him originally?
Basically, we won't do anything bad to him if he just lets us know what's going on. See if there's something we can work out.
Okay. Says, look, man, I don't know shit. I just got hired to be the driver of this damn job. Heard it was going to be good pay. I was just told all the instructions as we were going. Supposed to drive this dock wagon car, pick up a male orc at the bar, and that's all I know.
You have no idea who hired you.
He just sent me a message over the Matrix, and he just signed all the messages were just signed with F.
All right, I go over to Red, and I relay this information and say, "Is there any enemies you might have, sir, that might go by the letter F?"
Red, I don't know if he has sleeves or not, but he holds up his arm, and you can see there's a kind of a scar. It's just a jagged. It's an older scar that runs the entire length of his forearm. He's like, you know what this means? And I don't think any of y'all have gang knowledge, so yeah, no. He says, this means we're part of a gang called the Red Scars. That's my fucking gang. That was my fucking bar. So you damn right I've got enemies. We're trying to eke a living out here. It's a fucking war zone. Could be any number of people.
Blah, blah, blah.
You need to turn this one over to me. Let my people beat some information out of him. And I've got a job for you.
Sounds good to me. We're not getting anywhere. I'm not getting anywhere with him. I want to rip his arms off.
Just for good measure.
And what might this job be, sir?
Any of you, let's say you guys in the, if you guys ever look through AR, probably Saren might do this, which is just not trying to insanely kill people. You would say that this player, now that he's got his gas mask off, his face is most wanted, and he has a 500 Nuyen bounty on his head to turn him over to the authorities. So he is a kind of a small-time criminal, gangbanger, and it comes up with the name of Crank in the database, just for let's see what's small-time shit. Drug use, robbery, yeah, that kind of shit. Just like the usual, just ganger shit.
So, just so you know, guys, this guy registered with a bounty of 500 Nuyen. So, small fry.
I'm sure he can lead Red to bigger fish. If not my problem.
Mr. Red, perhaps then, You know, there's what I want to do and what I think my character would do at this
Yeah.
point. All right, I'll do it what my character would want to do. So I'll tell
You
Red.
want to be your money hungry gnome so bad, don't you?
I do. I so bad want to negotiate a price with this guy. So bad. But he'll just say, like, you know, this man is worth some money to the authorities. Might I suggest we turn him over as opposed to ensuing more violence upon this man? I do not believe he can give us any more information than he has already.
Red nods and says, I'll pay this bounty. You turn him over to me. Consider it an advance.
Ursa is uncomfortable with the idea, but he looks back at the other folks for approval.
Yeah, great. That sounds awesome. Great. Give me the money.
Ursa turns back to Red. As loath as I am to consider what you might do to this man once we turn him over, we will accept your proposal.
Well, give me the money.
Bitch, give me my money.
No, I imagine like Falkirk like hands on Ursa's shoulders like
Well,
popping up like
yeah,
give us
yeah,
money,
sure,
give
pop
us
up.
money.
Money.
Ursum's like struggling with it, like emotionally. He's like, give me the money, give me the money, give me the money. Okay, so you guys kind of like push him in the direction of like Susie and the other gangers, and they kind of take him, and she like roughly like takes him and slams him into the car and like puts him into a like almost like a wrestling move where he's just like pinned down, even though he's like not resisting at all, and he just kind of like grunts and whines, and she looks pretty just like she finally has an outlet for all the rage that this terror that's been going on.
Have fun, Susie.
Oh, we're gonna have fun with him tonight. Red turns to you guys. His breathing is haggard, but his eyes are sharp. Says, you chummers have rescued my pathetic ass more times today than in my whole life. Don't think I take that lightly. I don't hardly know you, but trust in this world is paid with your own eyes and guts, and I like what I see. He winces as a sharp pain seems to just resonate throughout his whole body. Says, listen, I need a crew I can trust, and most of my inner circle are plastered all over that damn bar. I need you to go back there and investigate the scene. Find the bastards that are behind this bombing. It's late now, so there shouldn't be anybody there, but if they're watching the place, they expect a Red Scar. They won't know you. I can pay you, but more importantly, I can offer you further work and connections into the underground. We gotta get this little disaster taken care of. And then he kind of, like, digitally sends you his contact information on his comlink.
I will add that to my character.
Thanks, Red.
Yeah, and Jeremiah Red. And I should have written down what his connection stat was. You can go ahead and put his loyalty at 2. And we'll put his connections at 2 for now. I might have to look that up and change it to seeing what those actually mean. So Jeremiah Red, that's 2 Ds, by the way, R-E-D-D. With a 2 connection, 2 loyalty, you can all add that on there.
Work here. We don't know what his connection is yet.
Oh, so loyalty's 2, but not connect.
Both of them are. Well, what does it say for connections? Is that just that's just a number 2 also, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just connect.
For both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you can surmise that his connections would be very much like underworld / gang related.
Yeah.
All right, as they're loading up the dude, Ursa's going to walk up to Red and say, Mr. Red, I understand that you must inflict violence upon this man for what he has done to you today. But, considering we have saved your life, may I ask one request? Pain is temporary, but life essence is permanent. Once you have visited your violence upon him and have gathered the information you have, please spare him. Turn him over to what authorities you may, release him, what have you. Just do not take this man's life, if not necessary.
Falkirk, with a pain expression on his face, says, "Yeah, I guess don't hurt him too badly. Just I don't really care, but fine.
Chris, that was fantastic. You can refresh your point of edge with that one.
Oh, right.
I want to make a roll for that. Red just nods sagely, and he says, I knew I picked a good crew. I need some clemency on my side. And then he kind of whispers to you, and he's like, between you and me, I don't think this one's got a lot of fight in him anyway. He'll break like a stick the second Susie starts yelling at him. And he kind of smirks, and then walks back into the car. And then he actually mentions to you, and he's like, I'll take it you guys might need a ride.
I believe so.
Looks like he calls up a number. You guys wait a second, and another nondescript car comes up. Doesn't have any markings on it at all. And it's got one of... you can see the driver's got one of those red scars on his arm. And he says he'll take you to 2 blocks away from the bar, and you can walk the rest of the way. Just I can't have any of my crew seen around the area. I don't want anybody else getting hurt.
How about he gets out and we keep the car to go?
You can roll for that. You want to try to negotiate the...
I don't have no negotiation skill. I have a con skill.
I think we're good enough right now.
There, fine.
Alright. So what we'll do is we'll move back to this scene. And then we're going to take a brief break. You guys want to go to the bathroom, get drinks, take a couple minutes.
Yes, I do.
While we are transitioning in the car, listening to some smooth cyberpunk music.
By the way, the edge marker doesn't really work.
I noticed that. The edge points don't seem to save, do they?
They go away once you exit out of your character sheet.
Okay, that's a bummer. Just maybe write them like in the text box somewhere, like how many current ones you have.
But what I did is under my edge, I put 2/2, so 2 of 2.
There you go. That's
I
great.
just changed that.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so we'll take a brief break here. All right.